Hello, welcome back to the Yami Shibai podcast. I'm your co-host, Ghosty, joined once again by my good friend.
The Germ.
Welcome back. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
It's been a minute. Our hair is longer.
I think mine's
Think.
shorter. I don't know.
I think it actually is.
Yeah.
Actually, haircut looking fresh.
Yeah.
We've been talking, and I should have mentioned it. It's looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Got a good line.
I'm not worried. Between guys, who cares about haircuts?
No, you look cool.
Thank you.
So,
Bro.
we're here for episode 11.
Episode 11.
All right, let's get into the summary then. Step right up and have a look. It's time for Yummy Shibai. Episode title: Picking Up. The episode starts. We find a college student riding the train just as he spots a folder left on the overhead rack. Shout out season 1. We learned about these. You don't look up there at the overhead rack. That's bad. He looks inside what he spotted on the rack and finds a novel called After the Festival, and he can't help but read it. The story is so engrossing that he accidentally reads until sunset surprises him. So he's transported from the train to this bench.
Yeah,
we don't know what happened.
He was surprised. He reached the end of the line. He's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yes, it was a pretty good book. He goes to throw the novel away when he spots a poster in the trash for a Literature Newcomer Award with a prize of 3 million yen, or 6,404,966 Sri Lankan rupees.
Good prize.
Some time passes, and our contestant, Cheater, gets a phone call from the monotone voice of a man saying he won the contest, but he has one question. You are, in fact, the writer of this work, correct? Which he answers, yes. We cut to later, where on a dark backstage, our cheater is talking to the man who called him on the phone, having a very pleasant conversation when he gets serious and asks, I want to confirm, you are in fact the writer of this work. And our protagonist once again says, yes, this time with more confidence. An announcer talks to the crowd. The winner of the Best Literature Award, or the Best Newcoming Literature Award, goes to. The crowd, with shadows over their faces, looks uninterested.
Yeah, they all came for this. Why are they so uninterested?
He says it seems like a funeral, and they're seeming quite sad. He calls out the new Literature Award winner to the stage, where everybody's acting emotionless. He walks onto the stage, but when he thanks the crowd and looks down, everyone becomes a skeleton. And the sound effect of like them clapping is also like tink 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 tink.
Oh, I didn't notice
like,
that. That's awesome.
hand sound effects. It says it in like the subtitles is what made it more obvious to me. He's freaking out now when a skeleton pops up holding a mic, congratulating him, asking him how he's feeling right now. The curtain behind him then starts to raise. He freaks out, yelling, I didn't write it. I didn't write it. All the skeletons go silent. Shock. The skeleton announcer pops up behind him saying, we confirmed this, did we not? The skeleton announcer then disappears in a puff of smoke. From backstage, skeleton hands start to come out of a red vein-covered hole. As he yells, forgive me, the hands pull him inside, and the curtain closes. The end. Oh, that's a cool image.
Yeah, it looks really good. One of those hands, if it was a little bit to his left, would not be good.
Nice. I thought in general this episode actually visually was pretty good. Like
yeah,
there's a few different settings and
it
things
wasn't
going on.
complicated, but it was very well done.
Well, often the episodes take place in like either one or two places specifically.
That's
And this I
true.
think had like 4 or 5 different scenes, maybe.
Let's see. There was the train, and then there was and then there was the bench outside the train. Him walking.
His
He was walking a road at one point. He was in his apartment. He was
yeah,
talking backstage, and then on stage. Yeah.
and the void. Yeah, lots of scenes.
Yeah. I. It still makes me laugh. The skeleton, like, we confirmed this, did we not, bro? Are you serious?
We've come this far. Come on, man.
You told me backstage you did this, bro. What do you have to say this on stage?
Do you think the pulling into the void punishment was for whoever wrote the story, or do you think it's because he lied and
I
pretended he wrote the
love that.
story?
That is fascinating. I always
I don't know
interpreted it as
the
the
answer.
second one, that it was because he lied.
It's
But
got to be because he lied, but
that is
you
so
never know, I
interesting.
guess. Yeah,
I like
maybe
that.
they. We also don't know the contents of the story. It could have been like a really dark story or something.
What was the name of it again? After the festival.
Okay, so that really had nothing to do with the story.
Like, you could interpret it as uh uh like after the celebration, which he just did.
That's true. Maybe in Japanese, the word for festival and celebration are more similar or something.
I'm not sure. It didn't occur to me to
Yeah,
check.
who knows? Uh, I also thought there was going to be more to the fact that when he read the novel, he like teleported from the train to the bench, like he was in like a trance or something.
That makes sense. I think it was just an interpretation, like them trying to show you how engrossing this novel is.
Yeah, I understand that now, but I thought it was going to be like a cursed story or something that
Oh, in
like
a way, it was
transported
cursed.
into a different world or something.
Uh, I want to state this. It's very rude to read someone's novel without permission.
I mean, beyond that,
He does a
this was
lot.
all a hand. It was all a
Yeah.
handwritten novel, which means this was probably their one edition,
That's
and they
true.
lost their whole like life's work essentially.
And then he turned it, well, life's work. Ah, skeletons. um, I just he did a lot of bad things here.
Yeah, that's true. Right from the start.
I don't know if death by skeleton grabby hands is the punishment I would have chosen, but
I would have chosen something more severe.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Did this skeleton set this up?
If the title of the book is actually slightly related uh
Hmm?
to the event, then I would say yes. And the way they kept asking the leading question of
Right?
did you actually write this? Feels like a setup.
That still makes me laugh. You, bro, we confirmed this backstage. What the hell, man?
We literally asked you this twice.
I wonder if he would have been okay if he hadn't told them.
That's what it felt like to me. Like they were giving him opportunities to redeem himself, but he chose not to.
Probably. I was in my notes. I'm told to go back to slide 17, where it's like, bro, are you serious? We went
Come
over
on,
this
bro.
backstage. I step. I still laugh. Oh, oh. So I do have a conversion for the money. I know we had it in Starlample rubies, which we all use, but it's about $20,000 in USD.
It's a significant amount of money.
I don't know if it's life changing though.
It's enough that if somebody offered it to you, you would say, "Yes, I wrote that novel."
Yeah, but it depends what they're asking it for, right?
It seemed to be they didn't really give context,
No.
but it seemed to be just like an awards to like encourage a new promising new author or something to continue their craft.
Yeah. For the record, it's $27,500 Canadian. Which
Oh,
where
you
we
used
live. Yeah.
some kind of inflation calculator? That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I looked it up the year it came out. That's right.
Oh, I see. I see.
So it's actually $34,000. I believe this is American.
I think it's Canadian because that's
You
bankofcanada.com.
see Canada? Okay.
It's at the very bottom.
I
Yeah.
forgot I looked this up. That's awesome. That was smart past, Germ. Good work.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Did you have
Sorry.
any other observations about the episode?
I mean, only one thing. 0 out of 10. Skeletons can't clap.
Well, they were going ching 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 ching. ching
I didn't notice
interpreted
that.
that correctly.
That was my only other note. 0 out of 10. Skeletons can't clap. Anything you'd like to say?
No, I think we covered things pretty well.
Well, I'll read the first comment. Plagiarism is taken seriously nowadays, my friend. Best not to do it. And that is from Burego1.
I mean, that was my biggest scourge of my existence during college. You had to find sources for everything, and you were always scared you're going to accidentally plagiarize something.
That's true. What do you do, right? Okay, here's the
True.
next one for you.
The replies to Brego1 that we just read the comment of. HDog1988 said, "It's so hard to have integrity these days."
And honesty. Integrity and honesty these days.
And Cryptic Crunch also replies and said, plagiarism is taken seriously nowadays. But he's repeated the same thing. It's the original
And
comment.
I'll read the next comment.
I see, because it's a plagiarism. I was like, what?
From Razzle2308. Plagiarism is taken seriously nowadays, my friend. Best not to do it. And if you could read the next one.
Straight ban.
Yep.
Zetheko also replied, plagiarism is taken seriously nowadays, my friends. Best not to do it again.
This kept going and going and going. It's so funny. Sometimes
really funny.
the internet's a great place.
I was so confused when I first read it.
I was letting you be confused about it. I'll take the next one too. Tico GX says, other more of the story, if someone asks you if it's your work twice in a spooky manner, don't lie. I think that's
you could
advice
definitely
to live
tell. You could tell he knew.
by. It was highly hinted.
Rito2Ru said, moral of the episode, always check to make sure the contest you enter isn't being held by otherworldly demonic beings. I'm so sure that's the lesson here.
They're right. If he had done his background checks and due diligence, he would have known it was skeletons.
If spooky skeletons offer you money, it's probably not a good deal.
Probably. Patriarch. Patriarch. Okay. You know what? I wonder if he turned it in with the author's name on it by accident. He didn't look too bright.
I've heard of people doing this for homework that they copied before. Not like physically written, but like
like copied
the digital
from
form.
online.
They just copy paste the whole thing and leave the other person's name in it.
That's kind of amazing.
Like they don't even look at what they're doing.
Oh, jeez. Here's the next one for you.
Fallon Hart said, "This is where they get ghostwriters from."
Hey,
that's pretty clever, actually. That's pretty clever,
right? And from deleted account, this is what our teachers have been warning us about all along. And happy little Jen says that automatic F doesn't seem nearly so harsh now.
It all makes sense. This is what happens if you get ChatGPT to write your essays, kids. Be careful.
Did you hear about that lawyer who used ChatGPT in a court case?
Yeah, but there was no void that opened up to pull him in with skeleton hands.
I
He's just in
think
trouble with the
we were
whatever the
that
legal
void making
report
fun of
is.
him.
True. Yes.
Go ahead.
Mellow Erics said the original writer of the story was dead. By claiming the writer's work as his, Haga basically took the author's identity, which included being deceased. He sealed his own fate and joined the writer in the afterlife as a consequence.
I love those kind of things. Like you said, you said a good one earlier too. That it
I
was
can't
the
remember
original
anymore.
writer's fate. Like I love those ones that twist the story in a new to make you think about it in a different way.
Oh yes, yes. I love this comment. I think it's way more deep than possibly the episode even intentionally is.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
yeah, great comment.
Enyo says, I really like how the intro is in a slightly different tone each time. Sometimes more sinister, sometimes friendly, sometimes almost pleading. This one sounded gloating somehow. And I've noticed the same thing. This is the mistake people have been making where they think he's removing his mask more and more. It's because it's a little different each time.
Oh, like the actual guy, his
Like it sounds like he did several takes. I don't know how many. And the ending is a little different each time too.
Interesting.
Yeah. And here's the next one.
A deleted account, but assumingly a different deleted account because it's
Probably.
4 years later, said, when I see a story like this, I can't help but wonder if this was written from a personal place.
You wonder, right?
You can see it actually, yeah, because if they're writing an episode of Yami Shibai, it means they're an author, a writer.
They tend
Maybe
to go ahead.
maybe somebody had their story stolen from them, and this is like their made up retribution of what should happen to that person.
I'm pretty sure this is more based on folklore and mythology. Not like current folklore and mythology.
Yeah, like
so I
what do
don't
they call that? Urban myths.
Yeah, urban myths. Yeah. So I don't know, but I like the idea.
It's an interesting implication.
And this is the last one from C. Lent Mana. I've heard of imagining the audience in their underwear, but I think you went a little bit too far.
Imagine the audience in their bones.
Without their skin on. Oh, so themes and metaphors. What do you think it represented?
We've kind of touched on this a little bit, I guess, already. But I guess if I was to interpret it, I would just go for the very straightforward route of if you lie and try to gain from other people's work, then there'll be negative repercussions.
Yeah.
People will find out eventually, and you'll have to pay the consequence.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. I don't think what I took away from it is don't take credit for others' work or the skeleton brigade are going to get you.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yep.
Go for them spooky skeletons.
I think you nailed it. I really don't think there's anything else to that otherwise. What was
other than that other comment that said or go one comment back maybe. What did it say again?
Let's check.
I want to get it right. 2 comments.
Oh, 2 comments?
3 comments.
Comments?
This one. This is the other one that it's like an interesting metaphor of like fate and destiny.
That one still blows my mind. It's so cool.
Only 2 thumbs up. Underrated.
So what do you think you're going to give a score this episode? And I bet it's going to be good.
No, now you've set the stage. Yeah, I liked it. I would have liked a little bit like my super highly rated episodes. I think I need to see something that's like kind of like really creepy imagery. Like
I feel like that last image is pretty strong though.
I guess so. I didn't find the skeletons that spooky. If it was like really spooky ghosts, I
Yeah.
would have given it like a 9 or 10. But
But what are you thinking?
I'm gonna give it an 8 instead.
Gonna give it an 8. Personally, I quite liked it. So I was gonna give it a 7. So I think it sounds like I liked it slightly less than you did.
Oh, maybe I'm just more generous. The plot's
Maybe.
pretty good. It's just
I
the imagery left a little bit to be desired for me.
I'm in 100% agreement with that. Like, it does leave like some to be desired.
Could be a little bit deeper. No, that's not fair. I take that back.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
And now I'm gonna have to do the math.
8 and 7.
So it's below 100,
That's for sure.
but it's above 8.
And this is -7.
Oh, it could be negative. Oh no, I didn't consider that. I'm gonna have to restart my math. So it's 2,673. Oh wait, inflation. So 15.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Seems about right.
Today's economy, right? So let's see. That puts it at straight up 3, but not tied of anything else.
Oh,
Above Locker and below a tie for number 2, Taro Chan and Wall Woman.
The Wall Woman?
That's the one where he's like in his apartment and he sees like a creature walk up over like an apartment building into someone's apartment.
Oh, that one was creepy.
Yep. I really
That was
enjoyed
a long
the monster
time ago
one.
now.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I think it's a good place for it.
Oh, I remember why Taro-chan we have it rated so high. Yeah, we did enjoy that one.
What happened to Taro-chan? It's been so long.
That was the very first episode of this season with the puppet.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with these ratings.
So far, yeah, I'd have to agree.
What do we got next? Do you know the next?
I do know the next one. Just have to grab that note. The next episode is called, oh, I should have looked up how to pronounce this. Netsuke. Yeah, Netsuke. Netsuke.
K-E, yeah, K. Netsuke. It sounds like a 90s internet company.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's just somebody's name.
Right? Like, what are you supposed to get from that?
It's when you meet a creepy stranger on the internet, and his name is Netsuke.
Well, we're going to find out if it's about a 90s internet company next time.
Seems unlikely.
Oh, thank you for joining me.
It's been fun. Talk to you next week. I think my window has gone from dusk to darkness through this episode.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
It might have just been dark. I'm not sure.
I don't remember when we started. Thank you, anyone, for joining us. And thank you for being you. Bye.
Next time.